Watch Everybody Plays the Fool.
Give a shout out to the show, Everybody Plays the Fool. Everybody make sure they watch Plays the Fool. This your boy Gusto the Kid. I'll go watch Everybody Plays the Fool.
Go watch Everybody Plays the Fool, bro.
Everybody Plays the Fool.
Watch Everybody Plays the Fool.
Everybody just a fool till they know the truth. There's no exception to the rule. Listen, everybody plays the fool. Everybody just a fool. That's all they know.
Your girl Slim Bossy from Everybody Plays the Fool. Just wandering downtown Mobile, and guess what we run into? Is this our ancestor, or did they Europeanize it the best way that they could? Y'all tell me, what does this look like? Can you tell me what your culture is?
African American.
You said, can you find African America on the map?
I mean, my ancestors from Africa.
Okay.
So, and I live in America, so I'm African. I don't know. I really don't know how that go for real.
Yeah. What do you identify yourself as, other than a Negro? Drop a comment. Culturally, what would you call yourself besides a Negro?
African American.
African American? Do you know what African American is?
A black person.
We found African American on the map. What's that you claim?
You know, I gotta throw them double A's up, nigga. I'm an African American, nigga.
Where that's at on the map?
Shit, African American land.
Where your green card at?
Man, look. I'm on my birth certificate.
Your birth certificate?
On my birth certificate.
Nigga, you was a slave. I don't think it's no African American on the map.
Well, we black, huh?
Yeah, we are melanated. You know what melanin is?
No.
Can you tell me what melanin is?
Yeah, that's the color of your skin. Yeah.
Whose skin?
A black woman's skin. Yeah.
You didn't learn that.
I didn't learn that.
You didn't learn that in school.
I was a healthcare major. They didn't teach us that. So,
No, I ain't go to school. No, I went to school up there.
They didn't teach everything I'm telling you. I didn't learn in school. I learned with my own research and finding out for myself. Things that they are teaching our children in school is the way that they want them to live as far as being a white person. Now that comes to show you that they only taught us in school what they wanted us to know.
Feel me? If I was still living by all the stuff that they taught me in public school, I think that black people history started in 1492.
We thought
said we was living in huts and stuff. Said we weren't civilized. You feel me?
not just public schools, Catholic school, private school, they teaching all the same bull crap. They didn't give us a choice to want to learn about our history.
They brainwashing y'all in that school system shit.
Get your kid out the school system.
You feel me? Teach them
Teach
for yourself.
them for yourself. Oh, this is on stone in Egypt. Now, who wears hairstyles like that? Doesn't that look kind of familiar?
Egyptian?
Yeah,
Egyptian.
The first we will be teaching y'all the new word each week. So, the word today is niggas. N-E-G-U-S. And what's the meaning of niggas?
It's an Ethiopian king or ruler. You feel me? So
all this time they be getting mad talking about nigga this, nigga that, nigga what. But we niggas. We niggas.
It feels good to be a nigga.
New Orleans. We in New Orleans, y'all. Everybody plays a fool.
But see, that's what we know in America. You go to Europe, see who they worship. Check out the Black Madonna.
Me personally, I think it's going to be a war between the good and the evil. You better claim your position.
It's going to be a spiritual, physical warfare. It's like the start of Armageddon, y'all.
And who's going to rise in this war?
Those who love. Those who love.
Anything you want to tell our melanin people out here?
Melanin, non-melanated, it don't matter to me. It's human beings. Learn how to love. unconditionally. Jah Rastafari. Yeah, it's coming. And in the Quran, even in the Bible, they call it jihad. Call it Armageddon. Oh, it's gonna be a war of the spirit.
Hey, what are your views on all the police brutality, the police killings that's going on? Do you think it might lead up to a race war, or, you know, what do you think the results might come out of it?
I think in certain areas it could lead to a race war, like the bigger cities. Then yes, because they have so many more people to start a movement. Whereas we probably won't start one here because we're so small and tight knit. So yeah, it probably could though.
What do you think? Do you feel like it's a race war probably coming on?
Oh, yes. Try to solve the problem you know, killing police and black. Right. Something should be did about it.
Do you think that it might be a race war soon?
Yeah.
Yo, man.
Yeah. Please,
Killings and the police brutality and everything going on. Do you feel like maybe it's a war coming, a race war?
Nah, that I really don't know. I feel like it is. I really feel like it is. Though. That's why you gotta be. That's why you gotta stay strapped up at all times around here.
How do you feel about the Confederate flag being removed?
I mean, it's a symbol of where we came from, and it's not a good symbol, so I don't support it at all, man. I hope everybody gets that, and where we're coming from on that end. It's just something that brings up bad past, you know, for us black communities, so I hope they get it removed as quick as possible.
I'm gonna tell you like this, I'm gonna tell you the straight up truth. I think it's wrong.
It's wrong that it's being removed, or it's wrong that it's being moved?
Me and
It's wrong that they're removing it?
Yeah.
Okay, why would you say that?
Because simple fact is because people look at the flag as a respectable flag. It's a part of our flag that we got now, the United States flag.
The American flag.
American flag. So I figure like, why would they move it as well? It should be the same flag.
Let me ask you a couple of questions on the camera. What do you think? What is Slim Bossy's views on gay marriage?
Well, I don't have an opinion about that. What I did was researched it, and I researched the meaning of gay. Like, what would make somebody gay? And from what I've heard, you know, they've been molested as a child, or raped, or, you know, had a bad childhood, or whatever the case may be. But my perception of it is they were born like that. During the fetal stages, the first 5 weeks, you know, it's a female. You know, the Y chromosome doesn't kick in to the 6th week. You know, that's why sometimes you have hermaphrodites. You have people born with both a penis and a vagina. So that kind of explains the confusion of the both. You know, how, you know, things can be just mixed up that way. That's how I see it. But of course, you know, religion-wise, it isn't right. But me personally, from what I found out, is something that they can't control. Some might choose, you know, just out of being hurt from a past relationship or whatnot. But some people are born this way.
And you heard it from the philosopher.
Gay marriage.
100% disagree. It shouldn't be Adam and Steve. It should be Adam and Jackie, Mary.
I actually don't have too many views on it, because if that's what you like, that's what you like. I try not to judge people. I don't agree with gay marriage, but hey, you like it, by all means, you like it.
We're the only ones that got proof of who we are. That Bible is paper. That's written by men. You don't see no biblical characters nowhere in the museum. You don't see Noah. You don't see the cross that they hung Jesus Christ on. You don't see the 10 Commandments, the book of the 10 Commandments. Where is it? Do you know what the 13th Amendment is?
Nah, I can honestly say I do not know what the 13th Amendment.
Can you tell me what the 13th Amendment is?
No.
No? You know what the 13th Amendment is?
I should.
In 2017, they're talking about implanting a chip inside of us. And that chip will give us access to everything. So that means there'll be no money, no nothing. Just when you use that chip, that's your way of living.
They shouldn't play God. God already gave us a chip. Our heart and brain. You don't need to recreate us.
Definitely not. What I do in my business, you gotta figure out that on yourself. I ain't gonna put no chip in my body like that.
You can't even start your car without this chip.
Yes, I'm walking.
That's giving the folks in the United States a right to keep track of people.
Right.
So I feel like that's wrong.
Nah. What is you gonna do? I'm talking to her. What is you gonna do when you wake up in the morning, Walmart closed, Target closed, all the gas stations closed, everything closed?
I don't shop at none of those places anyway. I'm gonna find my African vendors that I've been buying my stuff from and see where they at. That's what I'm gonna do.
You gonna be fiending for some potty meat or something, some Spam or something. You talking about some damn African vendors and you need to be finding the plug on the potty meat and the plug on the bread and the plug on the milk.
Now let's ask these people in the streets, what would they do? Okay, if you woke up tomorrow morning and everything was shut down, you couldn't get no gas, you couldn't do nothing, what would you do?
I had to go out. I had to, that one shit get real right there. That was Donald Trump.
They trying to take away food stamps.
Oh yeah, it's over.
That's all the niggas got.
You know right there, something
That
going on,
racist
something
shit.
real. Yeah, that racist shit coming. Something going on.
And everything was shut down. Gas stations, stores, everything. What would you do?
Ooh, that's another deep question.
Hey.
Everything was shut down. Gas, stores, everything. What would you do?
Make it on whatever I had to do. You know what I mean? You weren't born with those things, so you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's that?
That's Beyonce.
Who's that?
Huh? That's her mama, ain't it?
That's not her mother.
And that's her.
That's a journalist from back in the 1800s. Her name was Ida B. Wells. For those that think Miss Rosa Parks was the first black woman to refuse to give up her seat, not true. In May of 1884, a conductor of the Memphis Railroad ordered Wells to give up her seat in the first-class lady car and move to the smoking section, which was already crowded with other passengers, and she refused. In the bit of that, when they were throwing her off the train, she bit one of the conductors, and actually, while they were throwing her off the train, everybody was applauding like it was a good show. Watch and listen. The way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon them. Miss Ida B. Wells. Born a slave in 1862, she was the oldest daughter of James and Lizzie Wells. The Wells family, as well as the rest of the slaves on the Confederate States, were decreed free by the Union about 6 months after Ida's birth, thanks to the Emancipation Proclamation. However, living in Mississippi as African Americans, they faced racial prejudice and were restricted by discriminatory rules and practices. Both of her parents and one of her siblings died in a yellow fever outbreak, leaving Wells to care for her other siblings. In 1892, 3 African-American men, Tom Moss, Calvin McDowell, and Will Stewart, set up a grocery store in Memphis. Their new business drew customers away from a white-owned store in the neighborhood, and the white store owner and his supporters clashed with the 3 men on a few occasions. One night, Moss and the others guarded their store against attack and ended up shooting several of the white vandals. They were arrested and brought to jail, but they didn't have a chance to defend themselves against the charges. A lynch mob took them from their cells and murdered them. On one fateful train ride,
from Memphis to Nashville in May 1884, Wells reached a personal turning point. Having bought a first-class train ticket to Nashville, she was outraged when the train crew ordered her to move to the car for African Americans, and she refused on principle. As she was forcibly removed from the train, she bit one of the men on the hand. Wells sued the railroad, winning a $500 settlement in a circuit court case. However, the decision was later turned over by the Tennessee Supreme Court. This injustice led Ida B. Wells to pick up a pen to write about issues of race and politics in the South, using the moniker Lola. A number of her articles were published in black newspapers and periodicals. Wells eventually became an owner of the Memphis Free Speech and Headlight, and later of the Free Speech. Question: for those fathers that are paying child support, should your baby mother have to present a receipt and proof of what was spent for your child?
If you're paying child support, do you feel like your baby mama should present you with receipts to show you what she has purchased with your child support money?
Yeah, I need them for sure. I need everything. I need everything on paper.
You don't need no receipt. You know who's taking care of the child. It's all about some of the women, you know, they use child support as a quick. You know what I'm saying?
Where the word cracker originated from?
Way back in the day, you know, I've been around, you know, when it was just a common thing when white folks started calling black folk niggas, they just gave them the name cracker.
What if I told you that came from slaves made that up when they used to hit the backs here, the backs cracking?
Yeah,
when they were whipping them.
Yeah,
that's when they got cracker from.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I didn't know that. Yeah. You just put some on me.
Now this is where I thought cracker came from. Didn't know. I didn't know. This is what I thought.
What happens when you get a messed up educational system, man? They think about it. They ain't really teaching your kids what cracker mean in school.
That's all, but for real though, I thought they were talking about a real cracker because it's white.
Oh, that's stupid.
So, what I want you to do for me is every day say we gonna make a change instead of saying it ain't gonna happen though. Okay, I'm saying let's speak it into existence.
I ain't no negative.
Gonna make a change.
I feel you. I ain't no negative person. You know what I mean? I always believe that we as a black people we gonna be strong. We always gonna be better no matter what.
But what comes out of our mouth is really important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Donovan McCall from Vegas. You know what I mean? We're talking with her. You know what I mean? Give a shout out to the show. Everybody plays the fool. Black people, we gotta be strong. We gotta stay together. I support you in what you're doing. I like this. You know what I mean? Look at towards the future.
That concludes our show. She thought she was finna talk. You feel me? Make sure y'all check us out next week. You know what I'm saying? For Everybody Plays the Fool. I'm your boy Nate the Fundraiser. You know, I'm proud of my student here. You know, I taught her so very well, man. Y'all look out for us next week. What you got to say about everything?
We ain't your girl slaying balls.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll be back next week, man. And we gonna holler at y'all. Playtime over.
Really, seriously. Playtime is over.
No, you should do the real one.
Oh. Well, that concludes our segment for this. Drop your comments. Tell us what you feel, how you feel. Send us some footage of you doing something talented or
doing something positive, giving back, you know, doing whatever.
Whatever.
You know. Send us some video of you with the pistol thugging with 2 kush blunts hanging out your mouth.
Let us know how y'all feel about the show and see you next time. Because you know why? Playtime is over.
Breaking off these mental chains from my melanated brain. Someone saying the enemy, robbing me for my energy. Killing me is no sympathy. Raping my people mentally. Call it police brutality. I'm just speaking reality.
Marching and protesting against the devil with weapons, but still ain't learned your lesson. Praying to a white Jesus, begging him for a blessing. He's seeing yo as a rapper, rapping boys that's 11. How you preach about that?
That's steady, no 9/11. My people, we steady stressing. The enemy got us weak. They killing us in the street. They hanging us in the jail. No money, can't make no bail. This life we living is hell. But
keep it proper. I'm a goddess, so don't disrespect. I'm a real queen, so I keep these haters in check. Treat all my brothers like king, so if you wrong, come correct. Cause I got some real warriors that'll break your neck.
And I know some real knowledge that might make you sweat. Been selling Nick Saxons way back and came up yet. These crackers got us trapped in the trap. It's time to fight back. Niggas killing over dope, man, that shit so whack.
Black on black crime, it gotta go. Get that hate up off your heart, we gotta stop this for sure. We all fighting the same fight, cause this ain't right. We all need to come together and reunite.
Don't believe the hype or the shit you see on TV. I'ma do me, so I wouldn't be surprised if they try to shoot me. Cause my knowledge flow deep like the Mississippi.
You ain't gotta be half naked to attract a man. Get some knowledge in your head, then you understand. You put your damn clothes on, baby, walk with some class, and then the right king might not let you pass.
These motherfuckers so twisted, man, you wouldn't believe. Came straight to America, spreading disease, fucking up the air. Now a nigga really can't breathe. Trying to make us smoke spice instead of good ass weed.
We need to start teaching real knowledge instead of always going broke trying to pay for college. We wasn't meant to live like this. These scary niggas shooting guns instead of bumping they fists.
And kill us on camera, the world watching us bleed. Niggas begging like a dog on their goddamn knees. They say racism dead, well nigga I disagree. And they taxing everything in the land of the free.
Black power to the first degree. I couldn't imagine any other race I'd rather be. I love myself and my culture. They stole everything from us.
But nigga, playtime is over.
Everybody just a fool till they know the truth. There's no exception to the rule. Everybody just a fool till they know the truth. There's no exception to the rule. Everybody just a fuck that fucking flag. Fuck that their religion. Tell me why these pastors out here rocking true religion. You claim to be sane, and it's a damn shame. You need to wake your ass